too much interruptions. Sometimes I brought in some guests and we had some good back and forth. I kind of like this. It'd be nice if I could do this every day, but I do have to run the county. And but you never know. I think a lot of things have happened since I took office. I think there's been an awareness of the county commissioner's office. I believe a lot of people to this day don't even know what a county commissioner does. And until it affects their backyard, that's when they get involved. For example, there was so much propaganda and misinformation and lies that were spread after we exposed the corrupt contract for a radio system and radios, that it was basically, like I tell everybody, when the Democrats can't legislate, they litigate. And so it was an all-out attack, but we won, which means you won. By fighting and standing up to bullies, we saved you, the taxpayer, $22 million and a system that wasn't going to work and it wasn't going to be accepted because it was a private industry that was coming in, not a public utility, kind of through, it's called MARCT, which is the state of Ohio, which, nobody knew this, but the federal government now is saying that in order to, with the new system that's coming out next June, only government agencies like PSAPs, like your 911 centers, will be able to have this new system where they're going to know if you make a 911 call, they're going to know where you're at. Right now, they generally, when you use your cell phone, know what area you're in. If you're in a building, they're going to know where you're at and which office you're in. And we also identified 78 buildings that doesn't have the appropriate technology in order for our first responders to get in there. And we want to make sure that we protect our first responders. We want to make sure our first responders has all the equipment that they need. The beauty of what we did is the system that we created not only saved you an additional, we saved $8 million on that overpriced buying radios that were overpriced. That's a given. That's known. You won't hear about it because it embarrasses those that were pushing it. It does. It does embarrass them a lot. Anyway, but what was important was that we created a system, an infrastructure that it doesn't matter what radio you buy, and that's what we did. So it's called interoperability. If you received any literature, campaign propaganda from my opponent, he doesn't even spell dual right, okay? He says, I want to make sure the radios are dual operate. I'm like, you know what? He doesn't even know what he's talking about. The bottom line is from day one, we've always said that our system will be interoperable, which means any radio, Kenwood, Johnson, Harris, Motorola, they're all going to work. But what we did, which nobody was talking about, and nobody still does want to talk about, is that we're getting 100% coverage. Okay, 99.99%, that's what they say, but it's 100%, folks. And so and we also identified the 78 buildings that needed certain equipment in there so that if there is an issue, our first responders would be protected and they'd be able to communicate. So, all this anger that was going on about that was nothing more about power and money, your money. So now, for the last 2 years we fought, it was really Jeff Riddell, the other commissioner, myself, looking out for your money. How dare you elected officials tell us how to spend taxpayer money? These are the people that were trying to grab your taxpayer money and misappropriate for their personal gain in each and every community, which has never been done. I don't want to tell any community what radio to buy, but it is our responsibility as commissioner to build the infrastructure so that you can make that decision on which one to buy. The beauty of this is there's so many opportunities, so many grants available. Nobody could wait. So a lot of communities overspent and bought things that don't even work today, like they were sold and told to. Oh, they work like a VHF radio, like a walkie-talkie, but it'd be like buying a Cadillac and all you're doing is driving on dirt roads, throwing dirt and chips around and destroying that car, So that's what's going on with that.